Hey, welcome everybody to a pretty interesting game. Now, it wasn't that way until the ninth inning. We are playing the Phillies at the New York Mets here in 1979. And on the Phillies, we have greats like Mike Schmidt and Boa and Luzinski and Pete Rose at first base. And the Phillies, it was originally um, the kid from it was Pat Zachary came over for Tom Seaver. It was Pat Zachary against Randy Lurch. Yeah, it was Pat Zachary against Randy Lurch, and and it was and the Phils ended up scoring 4 runs in the top of the fourth inning, and it made it a 5-1 ball game, and it stayed that way until the bottom of the ninth, and that's when Randy Lurch was still in the ball game when the inning started, and it was Steve Henderson who hit a single, and it was actually the inning. Yeah, the inning starts off with Henderson hitting a single, and then Elliot Maddox follows up with a single, so it's first and second, and then Tug McGraw comes in to face Doug Flynn. Now, Doug Flynn is not much of a hitter, and we're thinking, okay, do we pinch hit for Doug Flynn? But then we've already used 2 pinch hitters, and then the pitcher's coming up next. So we're definitely going to pinch hit for the pitcher. So we say, all right, let's let Doug Flynn bat. Let's see what happens. Well, guess what? Doug Flynn hits a deep drive to left field. Back goes Luzinski to the track, to the wall. It's out of here. 5-4 Mets, 3-run home run by Doug Flynn with nobody out here in the bottom of the ninth. Yes, hard to believe. And I believe in this game, Larry Boa hit a home run too. So this is really a game for those guys that are not known as power hitters. All right, so after Doug Flynn hits the home run, Tug McGraw faces pinch hitter Joel Youngblood, right-hander, and Joel Youngblood hits a medium line drive for a single, and now nobody on, runner at first. And up comes Lee Mazzilli, switch hitter. He bats from the right side and hits a medium line drive for a single. So Youngblood advances to second now. So you have first and second. Tug McGraw is pitching, and now it's Kelvin Chapman. He's a really poor hitting infielder for the Mets, who basically in 79 has about 80 at bats. I think he plays the first month of the season, hits no more than a $150, a $190 from the left side, a $136 from the right side, and or against right-handed pitching, and he's just kind of sent to the minors. You don't hear from him again that year. So he's playing. We're using the actual lineup, so he's in here and he's playing, and he's up to bat against Tug McGraw. And Tug McGraw has already given up 3 runs, so he should be a fatigued pitcher now. Actually, now that I think of it, actually no, he's not. He has not given up 3 runs. He has given up 1 earned run, and the other 2 were attributed to Randy Lurch. Okay, so that's where we're at. Runners on first and second, nobody out. Bottom of the ninth. 5-4 game. The Mets have just scored 3 runs on a 3-run homer by Doug Flynn. The last guy you'd expect to hit a shot in this situation. And it's Kelvin Chapman. So Kelvin Chapman, he's a B bunter. And we're going to move him to a C bunter. And the reason we're going to do that is because everybody knows with nobody out, Kelvin Chapman is going to be bunting right here. So everybody is ready for the bunt, and we're going to move him but we're going to try to bunt. Hopefully he doesn't hit into a double play, and they get the lead runner. Okay, so everybody knew they had the wheel play on. Larry Boa beat Youngblood to the bag, and it was bunted back to Tug McGraw, and he went to third, and they get the force on Youngblood. So it's going to basically be a fielder's choice force play. It's going to be a 1-5. Fielder's choice, and they get the out, force out. All right. So everybody else is safe. Kelvin Chapman is at first base. Lee Mazzilli is at second base now. Only one out. It's Tug McGraw, the lefty, versus Richie Hebner. And here's the pitch to Hebner. The score is 5-4. The tying run is at second base. We are in the bottom of the ninth at Shea Stadium, 1979. And that's an 11. And off Tug McGraw, that's going to be in play. So in play against a lefty, we're looking from 1 to 22 as a hit. Oh, and what is that? 31. 31 is going to be popped up, and that's going to be to the left side. Mike Schmidt waits for it and puts that one away. Out number 2. Wow, that was a close one. And now it's going to be the right-handed hitting John Stearns. John Stearns batted .249 against left-handers. Hit 4 home runs. So let's see what happens here. Tug McGraw. Let's see, it goes off the pitcher's card first. That's what I love about this game. All right, that's a 9. A 9 is a tough on McGraw's card. So it's going to be tough left side. It's going to be all the way to, well, actually from 38 to 50. He's got 12 numbers. That'll be a hit. And that will drive in the tying run. So we need to roll a 38 to a 50 here. Unless we roll a wild pitch, which is a 30, which that would give us another opportunity. Both runners would move up. Let's see what happens. Oh, 98. Ball game is over. That was exciting, man. All right, fly ball, left field. Greg Luzinski back. Makes the catch. Game is over. Wow, it was almost a mammoth comeback. Exciting. I didn't even broadcast this game because it was so boring. 5-1 all the way to the bottom of the ninth. The Mets come up with a 3-run shot, and then they get the next 2 batters on with nobody out. It was first and second. And Tug McGraw toughed it out, and he got through the inning. Final score, Phillies 5, Mets 4. We go to game 2 and 3 of this series. And I'll give you the line score before I say goodbye. Line score, 5 runs for the Phils, 8 hits, no errors, 5 left on base. Now for the Mets, listen to this. 4 runs, 13 hits, 5 more hits than the Phils, no errors, and 9 left on base. The Mets just could not get hits when they counted. And that's the story of this game. The win is going to go to Lurch. The loss is going to go to Pat Zachary. And Pat pitched well outside of the 4 runs he allowed in the top of the 4th. Really, I mean, that was the only tough inning, and that was a 3-run homer. Let me quickly go back there. In the top of the 4th, it was Rose doubles, Luzinski doubles, Schmidt grounds out, Maddox singles, Manny Trio. Oh, it was Manny Trio, not Larry Boa, who hits one out of the park for the 4 runs. So yeah, that's the story. Final score, Phils 5, Mets 4. We're going to the next game.